And welcome to the Kelvin Dean Show, man. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. And yes, this is the NFC North Prediction Show. Let it just rumble. Oh yeah, everyone. Man, I mean, what's in the news? What's in the news, guys? The Jets fans. That's who's in the news. I mean, come on. I mean, Aaron Rodgers' absence for mandatory, yes, I said mandatory minicamp this week. New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh denied on Wednesday that there's any tension, rift, or disconnect with his quarterback.
Aaron and I spoke before OTA started. He's been very good in communication. He's been here the entire time. It's inexcused, but he had an event that was very important to him, which he communicated.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't know, guys. Oof. You know, welcome to Aaron Rodgers, everyone. Welcome to the prima donna who thinks he could be vice president of the United States by denying everything and having a Mr. Conspiracy theorist as a vice president, or even a president. Wouldn't that be just peachy? Oh, Jet fans, I feel so sorry for you. I mean, I do. I mean, my heart goes out to you guys. I mean, it's just, as soon as I saw that train wreck come to New York, I said to myself, get ready, everyone. Get ready, because now he's worse. Now he is 40 years old, out of shape, past his prime, and he's pissed off at everyone. He's going to bring the New York Jets to their knees this year. I feel so sorry for the New York Jets. Their defense is getting better. Their offense, it's going to be in shambles with him. And I mean, the defense will probably keep him in some of the games, but yeah, you know, tune in to my show and my AFC show next week, and you'll find out. You will find out. And now, what you've been waiting for, the NFC North Prediction Show. Yeah! Thank you, Ben. Thank you, and thank you, everyone. Oh, man, this is so much fun, guys. I just love this. I really do love this. Last year I predicted, everything right on. Everything right on, other than Baltimore and the San Francisco 49ers being in the Super Bowl. That's what I had predicted. But, man, I was right on with all the teams who was going to win their division. I even predicted that Baltimore would go 13-4, and the New York, the San Francisco 49ers would go 12-5. It's just, I could see this, guys. I can see this. If you've ever watched or listened to my show, you will know that I started young predicting games when I was like 9 years old. And, I've been doing this for a long time. And, man, it's going to be fun, guys. I love this division. I mean, simply love the NFC North. I think this is going to be really one of the most exciting divisions in football this year. And the reason being is that the Chicago Bears, guys, the Chicago Bears, man, they they just got better. I mean, better in so many ways. And then everyone, the naysayers, oh, Justin Fields should have, they should have held on to him. No, come on, man. He won 10 games. Come on. Really. It's like 10-28. His record, I mean, come on, that's just, that's silly, guys. It's silliness talking like that. Silliness. This year they're in the Hall of Fame game. Yes, Hall of Fame game on August 1st. You'll probably see him. You'll probably see the phenom, Caleb Williams, be playing in this game. Maybe the first series or something like that. But man, they're just loaded up, guys. They just loaded up. I mean, their season is just going to be wild. Their first game, the Tennessee Titans, yes, at home. The Tennessee Titans, they're playing the Tennessee Titans at home. Tennessee, I think this is going to be their first win. I think Caleb Williams is going to shine on this game. And Tennessee's hurting in the backfield, the defensive backfield. And they just lost Derrick Henry. Even though that, they didn't, do too much. He was over just 1,000 yards last year. For the umpteenth time, yeah, you're going to miss Derrick Henry. So, and then I think Chicago, it being at home, I think that's going to be a great game. And their next game is in Houston, playing the Houston Texans. That might be their first loss. And then they are right after that, they're at the Indianapolis Colts, and they're at home with the Los Angeles Rams, the Carolina Panthers, the Jacksonville Jags, and then they go, their bye week is number 7, right? And then right after the bye week, they play the Washington Commanders, the Arizona Cardinals, the New England Patriots, right there. And seriously, when they get off their bye, they win, and win. Literally 3 easy games for them. They're at Washington playing the Washington Commanders. They're at Arizona playing the Arizona Cardinals. And then they're at home with the New England Patriots. And mind you, everyone, many are predicting the New England Patriots will have the worst record in football. All the analysts are coming up with that. They are. They're picking them to be the number 1 pick next year. Yes, the New England Patriots will have the number 1 pick. That's what everyone's talking about. So think about it. Commanders, Arizona, New England, all 3 wins right there, right? And then they play the Green Bay Packers. They come down to earth, or do they come down to earth? It's at home. I think right then and there, Caleb Williams is rolling. And then he played Minnesota. And I think there's a 5-win stretch right there. And then they hit the skids. They lose at Detroit. They lose at San Francisco. They win in Minnesota. They lose again in Detroit. And then the 17th and 18th, they win in Seattle. Seattle's playing at home. And then they lose their final game in Green Bay. I have the Chicago Bears going 9-8. They could be 10-7, but I have them going 9-8. I think that's a reasonable choice. I really do. And like I said, they do have that schedule. They don't have a really strong schedule. They really don't. Think about it, guys. They just don't. They play Tennessee, right? Houston, the Colts, the Rams, the Panthers, the Jags, with all those teams. So how many teams made the playoffs in those? The first 5, 2 out of the 5 are playoff teams, And then the Jags, non-playoff team. The Commanders weren't. Arizona wasn't. New England Patriots weren't. See what I mean? See the whole gist of that? They could be 10-7 easily. They really could. They really could. So I think at 9-8, I'm going to give them that, but and then you look at how Green Bay finished last year, with Jordan Love playing out of his mind, the regular season, The Green Bay regular season, it's at Philadelphia. That's the first game, guys. It's a Friday night game. They have a Thursday night game and then they have a Friday night game. That Friday night game's in Philly, right? With Saquon Barkley. In Philadelphia, guys. That's Green Bay's first game. And then their next game is at home, Indianapolis, then Tennessee, then Minnesota. I see them 3-1 up into the fourth week. Then they play the Rams in SoFi. They're going to lose. Then they win against Arizona. They lose against Texas, the Texans. Then week 8, they have the Jags. In Jacksonville, they lose. They'll lose against the Lions. And then they have the Chicago Bears in Chicago. I think it's the year that Chicago's not, called upon, stepped on, And then you have San Francisco, then Miami, and Detroit. Wow. Literally, look at the schedule from week 11. They have to go to Chicago and try to beat Caleb Williams. And at this point in time, Caleb Williams is going to be on fire by week 11. I guarantee you. They're going to lose. And they're going to lose in San Francisco. They're going to lose against Miami. And they're going to lose in Alliance. And what's week 15, 16, 17, and 18 look like? Well, they go to Seattle and play Seattle. Right? And then they're on a Monday night playing at home. Right? And then they go to Minnesota, so they get two, the last 4 games, they could go 3-1, and be right in there. My Green Bay Packers, not my Green Bay Packers, but I think the Green Bay Packers will probably do it either 9-8 or 8 or 10-7. Same with the Chicago Bears, either 9 or 8 or 10-7. But I'm giving Green Bay a 10-7 record. That's what I'm giving. I think Green Bay's got some great opponents. I've looked at the schedule. I just don't see it happening that badly for them. And then now we're going to go to the Lions and look at the Lions schedule. Guys, the Lions is just, come on, man. The Lions' first game is at home, and they're playing the Los Angeles Rams. The new in Los Angeles Rams defense without Aaron Donald, that's going to be tough. So I think they got a win there. Then they go and play Tampa Bay, and then they play Arizona, in Arizona, and then they go to put them back home and play the Seahawks. I think the Detroit Lions could easily be 4-0 when they hit the bye week in week 5. And then they get off the bye week and they play in Dallas. And then they play at Minnesota. And then they play Tennessee. And then they play at Green Bay. And they play at Houston. And then they play at home against the Jags. Then the Colts. And then the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, and then the Buffalo Bills, and then they go away week 16 and play the Bears, and then they go to, then they play the San Francisco 49ers, and then the last game is against the Minnesota Vikings. Wow. Just look at the 14 through 18. Literally 14 through 18. They play, the Detroit Lions play the Green Bay Packers at home, then Buffalo at home, and then they have to go to Chicago and play the red-hot Caleb Williams in Chicago. And then they have to go to San Francisco right after that game. Oh, my. Oh, my. And then week 18, they come home and play the Minnesota Vikings. Wow. That schedule is one heck of a schedule. I'm giving the Detroit Lions to take the division again at 10-7. Could be 11-6, either 11-6 or 10-7. I'm calling them 10-7 with the Green Bay Packers, but the Lions will have that edge. The Lions will end up having that edge. And last but not least, we have the Minnesota Vikings. And Viking fans, do not hate me on this, please. Please don't hate me. Regular season, they open up against the Giants in San Francisco, right? So, I mean, that's an iffy. I mean, it's going to be in New York. You have a quarterback who is a rookie. You have another quarterback who is coming off of an injury. Then the Giants got rid of Saquon Barkley. They don't have Darren Waller anymore. Waller retired this last week. So, I mean, I don't know what type of team that they really have. The New York Giants, this could be their first win. I mean, they could win Minnesota. This would be one of their wins. I think they should win this game. And then you have the San Francisco 49ers at home right after that. That's a loss. And then they play Houston at home. That'll be another loss. And then they go to Green Bay and they're going to lose, and then they have to go to the New York Jets. I think the New York Jets, actually they come home and play the New York Jets. Minnesota playing the Jets, Jets are going to play them tough. They have a new, quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. They'll figure out how to win that game. And then you have the Lions right after that. That's a loss. And then they have to go out to Los Angeles to play the Rams. By week 8, Rams will have it together, and Rams will beat them. And then they have an Indianapolis Colts team who, is all dependent on their quarterback and how he's going to be doing. They signed all the right people off season, right? And it's just it's really important for Indianapolis to get that quarterback healthy. He's such a great talent, and they're at home against the Colts. It's an iffy game. Then they go to Jacksonville, they'll lose. And then they go to the Titans. They could win that game, And then they go to the Bears. I think they're going to lose. And then they have the Cardinals at home, right? And then they have the Falcons at home. The Falcons are a better team. Falcons are going to win. And then they have the Bears at home. Wow, that's another loss. And then they have to go to Seattle. And then the Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions are the last team. Come on, man. I mean, they have to go away to go to Seattle and beat Seattle. They're going to lose, right? Then at home against the Packers, they're going to lose. And at home, then they have to go away their last game of the season and play the Detroit Lions. And the Detroit Lions will be playing their 18th game because they're going to be off and on with the Green Bay Packers for the division. But they're going to lose. So I have the Minnesota Vikings going, ready? 3-14. Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings will be 3-14. I have the whole division going, 2 top teams, the Packers and the Green Bay Packers, of course, and the Detroit Lions. Both teams, Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers, will be 10-7. Packers, I think the Detroit Lions will win the division, and the Chicago Bears 9-8. I think that 9-8. I think that will be good enough to make the playoffs even. So anyway, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to the Calvin Dean Show, the NFC North Divisional Prediction Show. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, turn your notifications on, and comment. Thank you so much.